The drought is over. We are finally advancing to version 6.0 in X4 Foundations with a massive amount of changes which I cannot cover entirely in this video, but I'm trying my best to give you the absolutely most important stuff. And we're already looking at a new feature behind me. It's the live stream camera that you can now access by pressing F6. At the top right corner, you can see more options that you can choose from. At the moment, we're looking at something inside my own player-owned galaxy, but we can change that and have the ship that we're flying at the moment. You can change how this all looks like with cinematic borders or without, and even removing the HUD completely. And then just take a look around. The camera has got a lot of options there. Before we're going to start talking about all the things in the new beta, let me tell you that the changelog is down in the description and you can click on it and read through this while we're talking about it, because like I said, I will not cover all the stuff. Let me tell you about the first new thing. They're calling it the X-Tech 5 engine. Or let's just call it X-Tech 5. That's like their 5th iteration of their own engine that now can do more stuff than before. And we're going to talk first about the new graphics settings that you got, because there are a lot more. Like, for example, you can now turn the shadows up to ultra. There is something that's called reflection probes, making the sunlight reflection in cockpits, for example, and on ship surfaces way better. With parallax occlusion mapping, reflection probes, enhanced lighting, improved shadows, and more. A lot of things are now eating your GPU up like crazy. I cannot wait for the moment the 7900 XTX arrives and we can get that into 4K crazy resolution so that you can at least watch that on YouTube. If your graphics card is not fast enough, I will give you the visual fidelity on YouTube, so take a look out for that. Next thing, next new feature is the Jolt physics engine, which is, after a quick research, a multi-core friendly rigid body physics and collision detection library suitable for games and VR applications used by Horizon Forbidden West. So this is state-of-the-art physics engine, ragdoll piles simulated, and all the good stuff. If you want to see more, there is a thing on GitHub talking about it, Jolt physics, and what the design considerations are and what the features are and whatsoever. I will link that too in the description down below, so if you want to read about the physics engine. Next new feature, live stream camera mode. We already have that. Next feature, position defense for carrier-led fleets. So if a carrier is leading a fleet, you now have the ability to put them on position defense mode, which means you can basically assign a carrier for protecting specific parts of the galaxy, like for example a jump gate, like for example a wharf or whatever. And whenever an enemy enters this area, as far as I understand that, the carrier is launching the fighters. The carrier is trying to defeat that target, which is fantastic, with a few other changes that we're going to talk about. I want to keep this very brief, so I'm cherry picking here from a total of 225 entries into the changelog. There are more than 30 items added. There are a few removed. There are more than 40 items improved. There are more than 100 things fixed. It's incredible. Let me just cherry pick a few. Added new bombardment assignment for subordinates. I really want to try that, how this changes the gameplay. And with position defense and new bombardments, I'm going to do a specific video about these two things. So new assignments about on fleets and how you can use that. Now you can even order your ships with a command to attack surface elements on designated targets. How cool, like, finally in vanilla we had mods for that. I know, but mods are always a thing, you know, that you always need to keep them updated and whatsoever. So a lot of these things are already available with mods, I know, but a lot of you are going to play only vanilla and you want to improve your vanilla experience, so that's amazing. And it should also, in the long run, work better than the mods, I hope, now that it is in the hand of the developers themselves. Very small side note, really cool, added self-destruct command for player-owned satellites, resource probes, nav beacons, laser towers, and mines. You want to get rid of a satellite that you misplaced? Just self-destruct it. There are new missions. There are missions for COG-specific station destroy missions. How cool is that? There are supervised mining missions. More missions. A lot of stuff for the transaction log. I want to do a specific video about the changes in the transaction log and how you can utilize them. New mappable hotkeys. Great, because I had to use a mod and a specific Python program pipe server thing to let that run with a specific hotkeys. That's not needed anymore. You can now press a key and deploy a satellite and stuff like that. One more cool thing is the added option to exchange captains when transferring crew. This is nice. They removed some things. Logbook entries for received surplus, transparent border around full screen menus, whatever. They also removed the option to turn off save compression. Save compression is now turned on all the time, except for it's still available for modders. And they also said that they are going to improve the mod tools. Wait, I have that in the Discord server. Someone shared that. By the way, the Discord server is now hot. That's the hottest place here around, because the people are just talking about all the X4 stuff. If you want to join the conversation, Discord link is also down below. So what they said, note to the modding community. As mentioned in our survey a few months ago, X4 modders are super important to us and we are very grateful for their work. While we can't go too much into detail on this topic today, we wanted to at least briefly mention that we are working on some new modding tools for X4 and will also be improving the information available to modders in the future. How cool is that? So modders, you are addressed here with new tools, with new stuff that you get in the upcoming future. Quick note, while we're talking about all these changes, X4 Kingdom and the new DLCs coming, of course, in the next months or whatsoever, 2023. You can already wishlist it on Steam, but you can also, I think you can also wishlist it on GOG. As soon as I will get it, I'm working on a GOG referral link for you, so that you can also, at the same time as you support Egosoft by buying the new DLC, you can also support this channel here at the same time without additional cost. I will add that to the description down below too. That should be happening in the next few days. Now, they improved the room variety. They improved how the elevators look like. You definitely have to take a look at the elevators. By the way, if you don't want to have a look yourself, you can go into our streams. On Friday now, every Friday, we're doing something that's called an FFXFF, which is a Fridays for X4 Foundations. Extremely good. A few improvements for combat, improved fighter combat movement against large targets, improved coordinations within fleets during attacks, improved behavior of ships fleeing from attacks. A lot of AI changes how the AI behaves when attacking, and I hope also how drones behave. We're going to do a video about that too, where we're going to talk about the new behavior during fights. One cool thing, if you start a new game, improve the Zyrf economy to counter it being overrun by Xenon, but that only affects new games when you start a new game with 6.0. Anyway, good. Heard a lot of you are losing your Zyrf because of the Xenon. One thing that people are really desperate about, improved game startup time and time for loading and saving save games. Did you see how the light behaves now with the new shadow mapping and whatsoever? You see that? You see that? Oh, this is just great. I need to see that in a bigger fighter. They improved docking, undocking behaviors, improved combat behavior, improved carrier behavior, improved police response, Improved missile damage and ammo consumption simulation when player not present. Improved capital ships using forward mounted guns in combat. Like, improved reliability of attack subordinates. Improved resupply behavior to allow ships that have loadout level of 0 to automatically get repairs as needed. Improved decision making for when commanders recall subordinates. You see a lot of AI changes, and I'm really looking forward for that. Oh, look, even from the Xenon perspective, when someone is attacking a ship, how cool is that? Then they fixed a lot of stuff, which I can't even, the over 100 things that they fixed, I can't even, like, the list itself is so massive that it's just too much. Fixed a lot of story things that were maybe bugging out at some point for some of you. Fixed Yaki ships sometimes not having weapons, okay. Fixed ships with repair drones sometimes not repairing at expected speed, also really nice. One thing that makes now pirating a little bit harder. Fixed illegal activities such as hitting stations with EMP bombs not triggering police response. Yeah, but like, people, the life will be harder outside. The police is getting some seminars now. Split flag turrets are now exploding. They were not exploding before, why, whatever. One thing that I'm just reading because it's funny to read. Fixed the Gobas Lahubasis Eurelos 3 trying to escape into own ship while talking to him on bridge during trade obstruction mission of Everstory. I like Dagobas Lahubasis Eurelos 3. And a lot more stuff while we're looking at the live stream that is showing us stuff in the background here. Oh, by the way, that was the Everest station. The hint, if you haven't played the DLC now, this is a very specific station. Like I said, take a hot beverage, something what you like, coffee, tea, whatever. Sit down, go open up the changelog that is linked in the description. Read through this and just think about the possibilities now while we're looking at the... Like, this looks so fantastic now. I mean, the game looked good before that already, but now we're going to see even more cooler things. I hope that this is not the last step for X4, and we're going to see way more. They need to work on missions, I think. They need to work on storytelling more in this game, because then that will be so cool. I like that we can see the Xenon now flying around. So what is your impression about the 6.0 first beta? This is the first beta. We're still going to get more added stuff, more improved stuff and whatsoever while we're moving on to the DLC Kingdom End. I want to know what you're thinking about that, and I also would like to see you in the live stream on twitch.tv/CaptainCollins. Have a wonderful day, enjoy your weekend, install the beta, have some fun, and enjoy your time next 4. See you the next time I'm out. Bye.